evening, guys, and welcome to the August 27th business meeting. If we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just a quick roll call. Tonight we are joined by 7 of our board members, our superintendent of schools, Dr. Timothy Harney, our assistant superintendent for curriculum instruction, Mr. Robert Haas, our interim assistant superintendent for finance and operations, Mr. Luis Frontero, our district clerk, Ms. Suzanne Benetti, from Ingerman and Smith, our legal counsel, Mr. Edward McCarthy, and Haley Hendershot, who is our student rep. As always, there are 2 opportunities for the community to participate during the Board of Ed meeting. The first is before the board takes up its agenda, and the second follows the disposition of all agenda items. As always, if you'd like to speak, we ask that you come to the podium. You must be a resident of the Bayport Blue Point School District. If not, you must be voted in by a majority vote of the board. As always, you'll see in the back, all of our Board of Ed meetings are posted and they're live streamed and posted on the website. And if you'd like to follow the district on Instagram, you can follow us at BBP School District. I know we do have some special guests here tonight, so I don't know if anybody wants to come up and say anything special about your volunteer cheerleading coach. So if anybody wants to come say something, this would be the time. All right, well, he will, yeah, come on down. Thanks for coming.
No, thank you guys. Thank you to the board, and thank you for all of your support that you consistently give your varsity BBP cheerleaders. We have a wonderful new assistant coach that we're here to support tonight, Jordan Reyes. Jordan has been with the team since 7th grade. She has shown not only diligence, but fortitude on the and off the mat. She is an exemplary student, and we're very, very excited to have her and honored to have her next to us on the field and on the comp mat. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much. Any other community members who would like to speak tonight? Not hearing any, we'll turn it over to Dr. Harney for a superintendent report. Dr. Harney, how are you, sir?
Very well. Thank you very much, Mr. Miller. I got a couple updates for everyone, so I'll do some agenda items. So, Haley, I might be taking a little bit of yours, but we'll go from there. So just to remember, this week we have our staff coming back on Thursday for our first superintendent's conference day, so we're looking forward to that. Then Tuesday we have our second superintendent's conference day, and then we get to welcome our students back on Wednesday. I had the opportunity to walk all the buildings on Friday, so I really would like to give a big thank you to Brian Bordes, Director of Facilities, and his staff, and obviously our principals and things that they're doing within their building. The buildings are looking great, and they are. Oh, what? Oh, I'm sorry, I meant Brian Bortsfield, if that's not what I said. And that. We're looking forward to having our students back, but the buildings really do look great, so I'd like to thank them as we're getting ready to start. One of the things as we go into this year, obviously communication is a contingency thing that we continuously talk about. And we have we have the Facebook, we have Instagram, and Instagram is really where you will spend a lot of ours because that's where most people spend a lot of their time, so just be aware of that. So a letter went out tonight, kind of sharing all those links with everybody. So that went out around 6 o'clock tonight. Also on that same note that went out, people often ask if they have questions, who they should ask. So, and there's a link to also like what we're just calling our communication protocols. So if you have something that comes up, hopefully this document will kind of help you and kind of put you in the right direction if there's something going on. Tomorrow we have high school freshman orientation. Our BBB Connect group is leading that. We also have middle school locker tryout. We have kindergarten play date on Thursday, UPK visit next Tuesday. So those are the things that are happening. And then just a couple of things that have happened in the recent couple of days is one is finally as of last week we were able to receive all the contracts. If you remember at the last board meeting, I talked about the one for our athletic trainer. So he's been able to be out there this week, so we have that, that's on the agenda tonight. And then we also have the 3 pre-K contracts. We've had a lot of questions about, one is for our students attending the YMCA, the other is for the YMCA having their class here at the high school. At Sylvan, I apologize. And then the last one is for before and after care. So those were on the board agenda for tonight. Once approved tonight, then Mr. Haas will be sending out a notice about the before and after care, because I know we've received a number of emails and phone calls about that. So that is happening. I also understand there's been some confusion a little bit with the schedules going out. They weren't officially out yesterday. My understanding is eSchool, which is our student management system, had done an upgrade to their app about a week ago, not notifying anyone, and then some of the schedules were released at that time. So when people were wondering why they didn't hear something or why certain people did, that is why we were unaware that the app was updated and released. So now we're asking, we have closed down the app for a little while, and it's basically because we need everyone to verify information that is within the portal, whether it be emergency contacts. We also have a technology piece that needs to be updated, so that's why that is happening. And then the last thing is transportation letters. Hopefully we'll be going out tomorrow to let people know bus routes and bus stops and all that, so that will be happening tomorrow. We're also seeing if we can kind of link that to eSchool as well so that we can put them in there, but definitely a paper piece will be going out tomorrow, so that is happening. And that's it. So if there's any questions, I'll take them.
Thank you, Dr. Harney. At this time, we'll turn it over to our student rep, Ms. Hendershot. How are you tonight?
I'm good, thank you. So with the new school year just around the corner, incredible work is being done in our schools district-wide. Teachers have been coming in and out to write curriculum and prepare their classrooms for a warm welcome. The custodial teams have been busy preparing the buildings for everyone's return, and all the clerical staff have been a huge support in getting everything ready for the smooth start in each of the buildings. At Academy, we are excited to welcome students back with Start With Hello, a program through the Sandy Hook Promise, where students pledge to be socially inclusive and connected. We are looking forward to a wonderful year ahead where we will continue to focus on building a strong culture of belonging, presenting exciting and challenging learning experiences, and opportunities for student leadership. Over at Blue Point Elementary, teachers are currently setting up a new program called Magnetic Reader to increase phonics and phonemic awareness instruction. Ms. Velasco is getting excited to have her annual Back to School Read Aloud on Tuesday, September 3rd at 7 p.m. This week, Sylvan students and families were invited to a meet and greet with Ms. Kelly. It was a wonderful opportunity to meet one another as the Sylvan community begins the school year together. Ms. Kelly is hosting another meet and greet tomorrow, August 28th at 1:30 p.m. in the Sylvan Library. All Sylvan families and students are welcome to attend. We are also looking forward to our UPK student visit on Tuesday, September 3rd at 1 p.m. At JWY, we are incredibly excited to welcome back our returning 7th and 8th graders and meet our incoming 6th graders tomorrow, August 28th at our locker tryout day. A big thank you in advance to our 7th and 8th grade superintendent student council volunteers for helping tomorrow to assist and welcome our new students to the middle school. We're also looking forward to all of the wonderful events we have planned this September, including the open house on September 19th at 7 p.m., pep rally on September 20th, and our upcoming 8th grade trip to Frost Valley, September 25th through September 28th. Lastly, our high school staff would like to extend a friendly welcome back to our returning upperclassmen and a warm welcome to the incoming class of 2028. BBP High School is eagerly anticipating the commencement of a new academic year. Our faculty and administration had dedicated significant effort throughout the summer to implement new programs and organize stimulating events in preparation for an exceptional year ahead. We have our high school's freshman orientation tomorrow, August 28th, run by our own BBP Connect Club, allowing the incoming students to take a walking tour of their new school and become familiar with the classes and their schedules. In addition to the primary orientation, On August 30th, the high school superintendent's council will host a personal one-on-one tour for those seeking extra support in their new academic environment. A letter from the council has been sent to parents and students inviting them to stop by the high school lobby on the morning of the 30th if they wish to partake in a more individualized tour of their student schedule. The school communities of Academy Street, Blue Point, Sylvan, James Wilson Young, and Bayport Blue Point High School eagerly anticipate the start of the new school year. We look forward to building an amazing rapport with students and families and would also like to wish everyone a fantastic start to the 2024-2025 school year. Thanks.
That was thorough. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Now for the moment, what you guys are here for tonight, we're going to send this over to Mr. Haas for a federal grants update, followed by a Chromebook discussion.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Miller. This will be a brief presentation just to really give you an update as to where we are with federal grants. One of them is expiring, so it's just to kind of conclude that. And the other one is one that I'll do more in-depth presentations coming up in the month of September at Sylvan Avenue Elementary School. But I did want to just point out where our funding is at this point, as we did just find out recently. So the two grants that we're going to talk about that I will briefly describe or talk about the financial implications are the American Rescue Plan and the ESSA-funded title programs. We'll go through really what the amounts are, what they've looked like over time, and just communicate the update on both of them. So not to go back through everything on it, but the American Rescue Plan, this came about out of COVID, was passed in March of 2021. And really you see there, it talked about how do we return to school, safe environments, how do we address learning loss, how do we address some of the gaps that were created based on the really unique circumstances that families were going through and the impact that it had on our students. At the time, Bayport Blue Point was allocated $786,193 to be spent between July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2024. And if you go onto the website, you will find several presentations about specifics, really getting into the specifics, how the money was allocated. But really, when you look at it, as a district, we took $343,896 and put that towards social and emotional learning. And then learning loss was $442,297, which brought us to our total. And you look there, that social and emotional learning expenditures included the part-time guidance counselor that we put in that is now within our budget as a full-time guidance counselor. We added the 2 social workers that we now have incorporated into our that are in our budget, that we now have social workers at every elementary school, and we've brought in wellness clubs at the 3 elementary schools, the middle school, and the high school. When it came to learning loss, some of the expenditures included kindergarten readiness, a program that we run over the summer, academic intervention services for our students, after-school programs with regards to those, additional after-school academic support programs. And when we did have quarantine students, we ran something known as Q School, where students could still, when they were not able to be in school because they were out for those 10 days, it provided them an opportunity to still be engaged and learning through online schooling from some of our teachers. So the current state of ARP-ESSER, that's the American Rescue Plan, we will, just as the plan had originated, by September 30th, it requires you to have all your money spent by September 30th, 2024. All you had to ask for an extension. Our money is being spent by that time. And really, we did have to make a recent amendment to it, and that's what we just wanted to share with you. And it really comes down to a reallocation within those funds. We didn't change the categories in which we were spending the money. It really was just a reallocation of it, and you can see that there. We reclassified certain money towards professional salaries and certain money towards benefits from salaries. So it was just a reallocation of the money within how we were spending it. And then moving on to the ESSER-funded title programs, and this is something that I will be doing further presentations on that get into a little bit more detail and soliciting community feedback. There are 4 different titles that we receive money on. Title I being really, Title I and II are the ones that have fluctuated the most over the years. 3 and 4, we've remained relatively stable. And I'll show you over the years, if you go back and just at the bottom, you see in 2017 and 18, the Bayport Blue Point School District received over $236,000 in Title I and over $217,000 in Title II. As you see for next year, or for this coming school year, 24-25, we're receiving just over $65,000 for Title I and just over $27,000 for Title II. So a tremendous reduction that we see. We utilize these programs to run things such as our after-school program at Sylvan Avenue Elementary School, the after-school support program. So you see, we've been reduced a great deal by that and had to allocate the money and work efficiently to still be able to provide these programs for our students. So again, when it comes to the title programs, there's they call it the consolidated grant application. That will be submitted August 30th. It really is our plan for how we utilize the funding. And I will be doing a presentation on September 24th at Sylvan Avenue Elementary School. It's the night of their open house. My presentation will be at 6 o'clock in the Sylvan Library. And at that time, and this really leads us even into next year's spending of it, is I look to solicit community input as to what some of the feelings are from the community as one of the stakeholders as to where they feel we could spend the money and take the ideas in as we develop the plan for next year. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Haas. Any trustees with any questions? Any community members? Not hearing any. Thank you so much, Mr. Haas. We'll pass it back to you for when you have a second for the Chromebook discussion.
All right, I just, as it's on there as a discussion item for Chromebooks, it's really something we wanted to bring to the board and most importantly to the community's attention with regards to our Chromebook usage and our Chromebook handbook, because they will see a little bit of a difference this year, and that is we have updated the handbook. How it's traditionally worked within the district is when a student is issued a new Chromebook, they are also issued, they have to sign off on the handbook at that time. So if you received your Chromebook, and I have some high school students sitting here, if you received your Chromebook back in 6th grade and it's still the same Chromebook, you had to sign off that you read the handbook at that time. I'm venturing to guess you might not have checked the handbook since then. And we have made some updates to it just based on some of the things we've seen with Chromebooks over the years. So this year, we are going to be sending out the updated Chromebook handbook to all students in grades 5 through 12. The reason why it is going out to those grade levels are those are the ones where the students take the Chromebooks home with them. It will be sent out within the next week. And there will be a sign-off on it. We will be asking that all families sign off on it, have conversations at home, just what's in it. And we will, there's the ability, if somebody wants to do a physical sign-off, they can, but we also have created a Google form that it can just be signed off via Google form, trying to make it a little bit more convenient for the families. The biggest updates that we have within it involve loaners. In terms of if a student has a broken Chromebook, we have in each building in the libraries, we have what we call Chrome Depot, where students can go and bring their broken Chromebook that's not working and get a loaner. Over the years, as we've seen increasing numbers of breakage, sometimes accidental, sometimes it is intentional, but when we've seen that breakage, we've seen our supply of loaners has reduced. So we did take a look at the language and how we've been giving out the loaners, and we've updated that. So basically a student, they bring in a broken Chromebook the first time, they're getting their loaner to go. We take that Chromebook, we try and repair it, and I'll get into that in a second. But if we see that a student is coming back with a second time and it's determined that it is intentional damage or it's excessive damage because for whatever the misuse of that Chromebook, they still will be provided a loaner, but it's going to be provided for in-school use. So they will have that. They'll be able to use it throughout their 9 periods, but they will have to return that Chromebook at the end of the school day. The next morning, they would be able to come in and pick up a Chromebook as well. So the piece with that is we do have, and this will go out as part of the email, is we are encouraging our families to purchase the insurance. There is insurance on the Chromebooks that everyone has the ability to get, and there is a deadline of September 30th on purchasing that, so that will be there. And one of the things we're seeing with the insurance is our Chromebooks are, when you've had it for a couple of years, they sometimes are out of warranty. And the older the device, just like any technology, when it breaks, it becomes more difficult to just repair that, and it could result in a total loss where the Chromebook insurance most of the time will cover that total loss. Somebody who does not have Chromebook insurance and they have damaged the Chromebook beyond repair are responsible, those families are responsible for the payment of that Chromebook, which is just over $300 to replace, the Chromebook. So it's just things that we're trying to bring to everyone's attention with it. One of the things we have done to try and address this is to try and build our own capacity, which we've kind of changed our technology department a little bit in how we staff it. We have brought on two new members of two network specialists that both of them do have an area of expertise in terms of making repairs to Chromebooks. So we are building our capacity within to make some of those quick repairs using old parts and things of that nature. So really taking a look at it over time as to how we're working on our Chromebooks, and it's become a vital piece of our, just like textbooks, it's becoming a, important piece to the educational process. So we wanted to just make sure that we're trying to stay as up to date and making sure that we can continue to meet the needs of our students.
Thank you, Mr. Haas. Any trustee questions? Any community members? Mr. Haas, who gets credit for coming up with Chrome Depot?
It's a great question that's been around for
I've not heard
going
that
back.
saying here.
I don't know if we've said it. I mean, the high school and the middle school have used the term Chrome Depot going back since I was middle school principal, so we're going back 6-7 years. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to go with Ms. Kiefer, and somebody within the technology department came up with it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Moving on to the consent agenda. Are there any items that the board would like to remove from the consent agenda and place on the regular agenda? Not hearing any, can I have a motion to approve items G, H, I, J, K, L, and M?
So moved.
Mr. Johnson, second by Ms. Conley. Just a quick discussion. Just want to say, Coach Reyes, you are on the consent agenda. Congratulations, and it says a lot that your team came out to support you tonight. So, congratulations. All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. 7-0. Congratulations. 6-0. Sorry. Moving on to our only regular agenda item tonight, can I have a motion to approve the first reading of policy 5150, school admissions, residency requirements, 8625, privacy and security for student, teacher, and principal data, 8630, computer resources and data management, 8635, information security breach and notification. Ms. Conley, second by Ms. Pictaro. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. At this time, we'd open it up again for any community members for any new business. Not hearing any. Any trustee new business? Can I have a motion to adjourn? Mr. Krug, second by Mr. Johnson. All in favor? Thank you guys so much. Have a great start of the school year. Thank you.